Hello everyone, happy to see you here, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a very interesting, I would say like quick and in the same way tricky algebra question. This is question from elementary mathematics. We have 2 times, right here we have parentheses, so 2 minus 2 times 2. Seems pretty basic, seems pretty easy, but many students going to get this problem incorrect. So if you could do that without a calculator, write your solution down into the comment section and we will check your answers here in a few minutes. It will be really interesting. So here we have 4 options. Option A, option B, option C, and option D, so we can easily test our answers in the end of the video. So here you can see this question, and a lot of students may be saying, okay, maybe I hear that we need to start with parentheses. Inside parentheses we need to go from left to right, so maybe we need to start with this subtraction. So we have 2 minus 2 equal to 0. Right here we have these two, so we have 0 times 2 inside parentheses. We have 0, and with these 2, because don't forget about these 2 in the beginning, so we have 2 times this 0, and as a result we have 0. A lot of students may be saying maybe 0 is a correct answer, and it turns into a big argument because a lot of students try to solve this question by yourself. They try to solve this question randomly. So in a second, let's just forget about this randomly method, because right here obviously whatever order of operation we select is going to create a different answer, right? So if you start with this subtraction, we have one answer, for example 0 right here. Yeah, if you start with this multiplication, we have completely different answer, and for example we have like 4. I don't know exactly the answer, but for example, yeah, we have, if we start with this subtraction, we start with this multiplication, we have 4. Maybe if you start with this multiplication right here, we have completely different answer. And it's not a good thing in terms of math, because doesn't matter what science you study, you need to know about a correct principle, correct algorithm. And for example, in terms of math, we need to know about the principle which is called order of operation, because we need to order all of this stuff, because as a result right here we have multiplication, we have parentheses, and we have subtraction. So we have 3 mathematical operators, and we need to know how can we order all of this stuff. So then we can easily say, okay, like multiplication first, then parentheses, then subtraction, or something like that. Yeah, and we need to know about the thing which is called order of operation. So here our next part. So just forget about this random method. Let me just erase all of this stuff, because we need to know about a correct principle, a correct algorithm, which is called order of operation. And right now let's move forward to the next step. The next step is our order of operation. This like a quick checklist. So each of these letters stand for something. So for example, let's start with the left side, because on the left side, these elements on the left side, each of these letters on the left side had the higher priority than this one on the right side. Okay, so we are talking about a left side higher priority. So for example, letter P stands for parentheses, has the highest priority. So in 99% of cases, people start with parentheses. And to be honest, don't be confused about this PEMDAS. Maybe in your country you hear something about PEMDAS. This is also order of operation, but to be honest, these are absolutely the same orders of operation, the same meaning. It just depending on what country you live in. For example, you live in the USA, in Canada, in Europe, you use this PEMDAS order of operation. If you live in India, in the UK, you use PEMDAS, but the meaning is absolutely the same. These orders are absolutely the same with the algorithm, with the same principles. Okay, so let's look closely at this PEMDAS, and in the same way, let's scan our question in terms of these elements. So letter P stands for parentheses, everyone know about it, or this type of squiggly brackets, or this type of brackets. Okay, it just depending on what country you live in, but the meaning is absolutely the same. This is our grouping symbol, so we need to find where do we have this grouping symbol, and right now let's scan our question. Okay, let's do this. So where do we have parentheses? Yeah, we have parentheses right here. So first of all, we need to evaluate the expression inside parentheses, because in 99% of cases, parentheses has the highest priority. So right now let's evaluate the expression inside parentheses at first. So saying in other words, we can easily forget a little bit about this too, because this is like a constant. So when we evaluate this expression inside parentheses, we can easily multiply it by 2 and we will have our answer. So right now let's pay attention to this expression inside parentheses. As a result, we have 2 minus 2 times 2. So here's our expression. When we simplify it, we can easily multiply it by these 2, because we still have these 2, don't forget about it. So right now let's evaluate this expression inside parentheses. So obviously there are 2 ways how can we solve it. The first way, of course, subtraction first. As a result, we have 2 minus 2 equal to 0, 0 times 2 equal to 0. And the second way, multiplication first. Okay, so we have 2 times 2 equal to 4. As a result, we have 2 minus 4, which is equal to minus 2. So two completely different answers, but that's why I write right here this PEMDAS order of operations. So right now we can easily see, we can easily understand what is the correct answer, what is the correct approach. This one 0 on the left side right here, or this minus 2. And how can we evaluate, how can we understand which one is correct? Right here we have two mathematical operators. We have subtraction and we have multiplication. So right here we started with subtraction at first, right here we started with multiplication at first, and of course one of these answer is absolutely incorrect. Okay, and right now let's try to figure out which one is correct and which one is incorrect. So we have subtraction and we have multiplication. Right here, each of these, as I said before, each of these letters stands for something. So for example, letter M stands for multiplication, letter D stands for division, letter A stands for addition, S stands for subtraction. And if you're talking about a correct approach, we need to put right here imaginary bracket that this is one group. So multiplication, division, and addition and subtraction are tied for priority or importance. So we need to evaluate it whenever we have like a mixture of multiplication and division. We need to evaluate it in a strict order from left to right. Okay, so whenever we have a mixture of multiplication, division, we need to evaluate it in a strict order from left to right. And whenever we have a mixture of addition, subtraction, we need to evaluate it in a strict order from left to right. So right now, let's scan what do we have in our question. We have subtraction. So let me change my pen real quick. We have subtraction, we have right here subtraction, and we have multiplication. So we have letter M and letter D. But right now we can easily see which elements have the higher priority. We have M and we have S. To be honest, if you look closely, letter M is before S. So this group M and D, which stands for multiplication and division, is before addition and subtraction. So it means that we should evaluate the expression with multiplication sign at first, because multiplication division has the higher priority than addition and subtraction. So for example, and we have a mixture of multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. First of all, multiplication, division in a strict order from left to right, and in conclusion, like in the end, we need to evaluate this expression with the addition and subtraction. So right now we have multiplication side right here, so we prefer this approach because multiplication had the higher priority. So 2 times 2 is our first step. And let me just erase this left approach on the left side. This is very bad, very wrong approach, because in 99% of cases, I don't know exactly about all order of operation in the world, maybe there are a lot of countries which use like another order of operation, but in 99% of cases multiplication had the higher priority than subtraction. So we need to multiply at first. So let me just erase all of this stuff right here, and of course we can easily say that multiplication first. So as a result we have 2 minus 2 times 2 equal to 4. And right now I'm going to rewrite this 2 right here because it's easy expression right now. Okay, we have something like that. So first of all, we need to evaluate the expression inside parentheses. Inside parentheses we have subtraction, multiplication. Multiplication comes first from left to right. Okay, because we're talking about left to right priority. So multiplication first from left to right, subtraction and addition in the end. So we can easily subtract 2 minus 4, which is equal to minus 2. So as a result we have 2 times 2 minus 4 equal to minus 2. And right now a lot of students may be confused because of these parentheses, but we can actually get rid of these parentheses because we have only minus 2 inside. So it's not like a complicated expression. It's not like that, like we have 2 plus 2 minus 2 times 4, something like that. So we can't like get rid of these parentheses at this point. We need to evaluate it. But when you have only minus 2 inside of it, so we can easily say that we can easily write out here multiplication sign, or we can actually get rid of this parenthesis. We have 2 times minus 2 equal to minus 4. So as you can see, a correct answer according to our PEMDAS order of operation, this is our minus 4. And of course, maybe a lot of students might be asking about this E. We don't have this E because letter E stands for powers. We are talking about these powers. We are talking about, don't be scared about, don't be confused about it. We are talking about basic powers. So we're talking about, for example, 10 to the power 5. Whenever we have like expression with the 2 cube right here, so after parentheses, we need to pay attention to this 2 cube. In our case, we don't have it. We have a regular expression without any exponents. So we can actually cancel this exponents parts. We don't have it. We can actually cancel this division part. We don't have it. And we don't have addition part. So if we look closely, we have only parentheses. We need to evaluate the expression inside parentheses at first. Inside parentheses, we have a mixture of subtraction and multiplication. Multiplication is the first letter from left to right, so we need to evaluate this expression with multiplication sign. And in the end, we need to evaluate this expression with subtraction sign. So, and this multiplication, in the end, it's really basic. So at this point, we don't need this order of operation. So it is my explanation about this question. So let's go back in the beginning. So -4 is a correct answer. Let's look closely. Where do we have it? Here we have this answer. This is our -4. We have this answer right here. But why 0 is wrong? A lot of students might be asking, okay, we can't do subtraction before multiplication. It's a very big mistake. Whenever we have expression with a mixture of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, so whenever we have a mixture of these mathematical operators, we need to evaluate it in a strict order from left to right, but with priority. So the first priority, the highest priority, has multiplication, division, so we need to evaluate it, and after that we need to evaluate addition and subtraction. Okay, so for example, we have like let's solve a quick example. So for example, we have 2 plus 2 divided by times 3 minus 4 divided by 2 plus 5 minus 7 divided by 8 minus 9. So whenever we have like a complicated expression, this mixture, we need to evaluate it in a strict order from left to right. But first of all, we need to evaluate the expression with multiplication, division, mixture, and then addition and subtraction. So whenever we have this complicated expression without parentheses, without exponents, so we need to perform multiplication first. Right here we're going to multiply, right here we're going to divide, right here we're going to divide, and then from left to right, because then we will left like only with additions, subtraction, addition, subtraction, and subtraction. So it's not that hard. But first of all, multiplication and division in a strict order from left from left to right. So that's why -4 is a correct answer to our question. What about this 0? A lot of students confused about it because they say 0 is a correct answer, but subtraction cannot be before before like multiplication. This is a wrong approach. Of maybe with parentheses right here, this is a correct answer with parentheses, because then we need to evaluate this 2 minus 2 at first before this multiplication. So with parentheses, maybe this is okay answer, but in our case we don't have like parentheses, so we can actually get rid of these parentheses. And the correct answer is -4. You can easily see this answer right here. And maybe a lot of students think that that B is a correct answer, that 4 is a correct answer, but to be honest, this is not a good way like to guess, to solve this question by inspection. In our case, correct answer is -4. Here you can see this quick explanation to this question. Here you can see this this order of operation, first of all parentheses, then multiplication, then subtraction, and in the end this multiplication by 2. So here's my solution to this question. Here's my quick hints to this question. I really hope you get it. I really hope you understand it. You can also right now, you can easily plug this question on your calculator, and you can understand what is the correct answer. You can easily test this knowledge with me right now. You can easily check it, and you know, a lot of calculators work according to PEMDAS order of operation, so it's really great for you to check this answer according to PEMDAS order of operation. So it was my explanation to this question. I really hope you understand it. I really hope you learned something new. Definitely don't feel bad if you got this wrong. I hope you learned something new. I really hope you understand why -4 is a correct answer to our question, and I really hope you understand why 0 is wrong, why 2 and 4 is absolutely wrong answer to our question. So thank you everyone for your time. Wish you all the best in your life. Take care of yourself. Here once more you can see a solution. Here's once more you can see a few tricks to this question, and wish you all the best in your life. Take care of yourself and have a great day. See you in the next videos.